How have I managed to get through blindness? Well, I'll tell you, okay? I'm like, 75% blind, maybe. I only see like out of one eye and maybe 30, maybe 25%. Probably, I don't know. It just depends on the day. But, anyways, how do I get through it? My natal chart, my soul. I am a very soulful led person, and I do things that benefit my soul, not my human existence, if that makes sense. Okay. So I do things based off my energy source. I am very spiritual, and this is literally what has helped me. So like when I first like started to lose my vision, I was like, well, how can I live a life that's going to suit me and fulfill me and make me happy? And I was like, okay, well, cuz I was working in corporate and I got laid off, and then I was like, you know what? Working at a computer is not going to make me happy. What's going to make me happy is not relying on my eyes and using my hands. And so I always wanted to be a healer, and I got into body work and massage therapy, and I kind of like just ran with it and made it my own, because at the beginning I didn't even want to get into massage therapy. But then when I was in it, I got really great at sports massage and deep tissue, and I built my own practice, and I was working on athletes. And so I was very successful with that. But then, things change, and I'm older now, and I'm 37, and it wasn't good on my body, and it was hurting my eye. Well, it wasn't even my body. It was just like my eye is so fucking sensitive from all the degeneration that like it just wasn't suiting me anymore. And so I'm shifting again, and that's okay. But it's like, I've tried to plan. How do I want my life? Okay, I want a velvet couch. Okay, I've got a velvet couch. I've got like a velvet ottoman. I love my bed. I've got a king size bed for me and my dog. I've got like everything that I have in my life. I have made it to where I enjoy it, like with my blindness. Okay. So like I have Alexa. I'm always listening to nature sounds, Tibetan bulls, maybe like modern folk. I like that. I turn the shower on in the morning just to listen to the water because I like the sound of water. So like I love the things that I do. Like I literally form my life to be enjoyable around my visual impairment. I live in an urban area where I can actually walk and take my dog and go to places when it's nicer weather. I have a rooftop garden. There's a roof. Like, I don't live a normal life. That is how I have been able to do this, because everyone's so stuck in the norm and so stuck living their basic life like a basic human. I'm not basic. I'm not a normal human. No, I'm very spiritual. I'm an old soul. And I literally just have connected the dots with my natal chart. Like, I'm a very, like, my moon, which is like your home life and everything, comfort, sensual. That's why I like the sounds. I like the texture of the velvet. I like comfy. I am into like food. I love food. So, there's that. And I get cappuccinos every day, like where I live. So it's like really elevating your life and experience in a way that actually is going to be conducive and nourishing to your soul, despite whatever you're going through. Like, you come up with things that are going to make you happy, and you leave the rest behind, and you have to leave your old life, and you have to be like, okay, here's where we're at now. What is going to create joy in my life? What is going to make me have more fulfillment out of this life? What is going to make me more happy? That is what you have to do. And I've just had to be very creative with how I have created my life. Like, I've got a yoga mat, I've got a foam roller, I've got a little section where I do my foam rolling, I do my meditation, and I have my infrared light mask, and I have a little fireplace, and like I have these little nooks with where I live where I do certain things. Like, one area is where I read, one area is where I learn, one area is where I do self-care. one area is where I meditate. I do like my mental health, and so that's what you have to do. And you have to stop living like a normal basic human. If you have a disability, you're not, because you're not basic. You got to be creative and think outside the box. This is how you can stop being so miserable. If you are, that's what you got to do.